Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Can you hear me now? All right, perfect. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Let's start off. Brandon, would you mind saying a quick prayer for us this morning, please? Putting you on the spot, I'm sorry.
All right, let's pray. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here today. We're grateful for Tuesdays, grateful for the opportunity to be together with Rotarians and people who care about your community and want to invest in it and put our hands and feet into making it a better place. We're really grateful for the community that we have, and we're optimistic about the future. And I pray that you bless our time today as we hear from Amanda and her great efforts, and as we share other great things that are going on in our community. We pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. And if everyone would please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate everybody being here in person. This is the largest crowd we've had in a while, I think, so it's good to have people back. Have a few guests with us. Judge Burke and her husband is here. So thank you both for joining us. And John, correct? John, thank you guys so much for being here.
This is Mr. Maryland.
Miss. Yes. And then we have Amanda Carleski. She's joined us for the last couple months as a Rotarian, and then is going to be presenting today on her nonprofit Caution for Kids. And actually, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and move this up in the presentation. We have Amanda has officially applied to be a Batavia Rotarian, and we are very ecstatic to welcome her as our newest member of the club. So we invite Amanda up here to and have all the Rotarians come around and shake hands. We'll refrain from that, but I do have a and I'll do it up close, but we have our name tag here. So I don't know if they can see that. Welcome, Amanda. And then we'll look forward to hearing from you and about what you do more in a little bit. So, all right, as Brandon mentioned this morning, we do have many things going on recently in our community and with our club. So we didn't get as much time last meeting to go through everything, but we'll see how much we can get through today. So several things going on. We've talked a lot about the golf outing coming up. So normally that's a, I guess, summer outing, spring summer outing. It is being pushed back until, and I'm going to get this date wrong because I say it every September 16th, 15th, Wednesday, September 15th. I'm going to put that in my notes. So that is going to be our golf outing date. So everybody mark that on your calendar. It is going to be, typically we've done a noon shotgun start. That is going to be, we're exploring the option of doing tea times throughout the morning. So instead of a noon start time and then going through the afternoon and then having a dinner at the very end, we are going to be doing tea times that we're going to be signing up for some throughout the day, or throughout the morning rather. So it is going to be in morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Tea times could run until as late as 1 or even 2.
Okay, yeah. So starting first thing in the morning, and then tea times as late as 1 or 2 o'clock. So we're not going to have the big social gathering at the beginning, the grand kickoff and everything. Golden Rule is still going to be providing boxed breakfast or lunches depending on when the tea times are. And then we're working through how the raffles and everything, since the raffles are a big part of our income and fundraising from the outing. We're working through a few different ideas for that. So I did want to give a special thank you to Shane Nisley, Sheila Hinton, and Meg Dick. They have graciously Antony, I'm sorry. update my notes again. Yeah, and Tony. So those 4 individuals have graciously accepted the role of our golf outing committee. So they're not going to be doing it alone. Brandon's going to be showing them the ropes. Alan is going to be hugely involved, and a few others as well. So thank you everyone for stepping up and taking that on. I know Brandon appreciates it. And I think Jennifer and Vic had a meeting a couple days ago, or maybe last week, I forget. And then Tony and Alan went out and talked to the course last week as well. So I think it's going to be a great outing. And is there anything else anyone would add on that I've missed?
Vic and I met with Chris Wilson on Friday, and we've got some different, sorry. Normally you do not need to hear, I need a microphone because I'm a very loud person, but we did meet with Chris Wilson. He is so excited about the event and honoring Archie for everything he's done in the community and everything he's done for our club. He was he and Rex Parsons, if I'm not mistaken, was the initial golf outing, got our golf outing started. So it's just kind of highlighting Archie and his what he's done for the club and what he's done for the community. And Chris is just elated with what's going on. And he's basically telling us, you tell me how many golfers you need, you tell me how many sponsors you need, you tell me what you need, and you got it. So I think it'll be a good event, and looking forward to the September 15th. If anybody has any ideas, questions, concerns over the outing, get a hold of Alan, Seth, or anybody on the golf committee, which was Sheila, Tony, Meg, and Shane. So that's all I've got.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Alan, anything else from your end? Okay. All right, moving on. So we're super excited for that. Again, September 15th, mark that off on your calendars for the entire day at Elks Run. Maybe not the entire day, at least morning and early afternoon. The district conference is coming up this Friday, I believe, in the evening, and then also on Saturday. Registration is open, and there is no cost to register this year. So this is going to be a great opportunity to meet Rotarians from all over the district and other districts. I think we're combining 3 different districts. Mac or Peter, if you have anything to add that I'm missing, but that is going to be coming up this Friday and Saturday, starting in the evening. I'm not sure what time.
6:30, as I recall.
6:30. All right, fantastic. I believe since it is a virtual only, there's no in-person. Registration is going to be open up until the day of the event. So, but register as early as possible. We missed the deadline for a free t-shirt, unfortunately, but we would still encourage as many people to attend that as possible. They're going to have some guest speakers, breakout sessions, I believe. So I think it should be a great event. So I'm looking forward to that. I've not attended a district conference before, so doing it virtually makes it very accessible. So I appreciate that. Another thing we have planned coming up, we are going to be doing Pass the Gavel on June 29th. That's a Tuesday. It's the 5th Tuesday of June. So instead of a meeting on the every other week, we are just doing a social and doing the Pass the Gavel event. It's going to be at Rotary Park in Batavia. We have a pavilion reserved, and then Golden Rule is going to be providing barbecue, I believe, is on the menu. So we're going to be doing barbecue from Carol, and that's going to be in the evening of June 29th. Time is, I think, TBD, but it's going to be after work hours. So hopefully we can have everyone there. I'm imagining that most people's Tuesday nights are not fully booked 2 months out. So we're expecting a large crowd for that. We are going to be sending out and I forget the website, but a link. Lisa's going to help us out. If you would please RSVP as soon as possible for you and your family, so we can make sure to have as many people there as possible.
Most folks would know that as Sycamore Park.
Sycamore Park is another name. Sorry.
Yeah,
there's some good history there. Yeah, we might even have the actual history written down. We can share the history, the actual.
The history. Apparently, there's history there. So, yes,
Seth, could you repeat the date again for
yes,
me?
that
I'm
is June
sorry.
29th. Tuesday, June 29th. I'm going to double check that I have that right. It's the fifth Tuesday in June. It'll
I
be in
know
the
it may be,
evening. Time is TBD.
What? Okay.
What's that, Peter?
I know it may be hard to imagine anything that happened before my time, but the Rotary Club of Batavia actually built that park back in, I believe, the 1940s. And we're trying to track down the history. We found some former Rotarians, and Brandon has been trying to gather the information on how that was done and what happened and what the Rotary Club's purpose was. This, again, is consistent with what Rotary Clubs do all around the world, including projects like that and working on things.
And I guess it was dedicated to the Claremont County Park District, so it's officially theirs.
Can you turn that up a little bit, Brandon? Can you turn that up a little bit?
And Mac was a little, your volume's a little low, Mac.
That's right. I think we got him. Yeah. So that is going to be June 29th in the evening. Please put that on your calendar as well as the golf outing and plan on being there. Alan's also been working on, excuse me, a couple summer concerts. So Union Township has summer concert series that I think they're going to be doing. Is it one per month? Oh, every week. Okay. So they do a concert every week, and we are planning on attending at least 3 of those and setting up kind of a Rotary booth at the entrance, maybe having waters to give out. It's going to be a great way to get our name out to the community, make sure people know who we are, what we do. And who's the gentleman that you've been talking with?
His name is Corey Wright.
Corey Wright. Yeah, he's also a member of the East Side Rotary, but is excited to have us out and have a tent. So anything else you would add on that? We are going to be looking for volunteers to staff the tent. So as we get those firm dates of which concerts we're going to be attending, we'll make sure to get that out and ask for volunteers to staff the tent, be ready to, talk about Rotary. We ordered some vests that to make us visible so people know who we are, where we're from, and then working on some other signage as well. So, oh yes. And Nicole, whoa, those came in quick. Ask me about Rotary pins as well.
The pins came in very quickly. The vests are on back order, so that's are not available. So we have to revisit that concept. But everybody will get one of these, and we have enough for everybody to have one, as long as you promise you won't lose it.
I was gonna say I'm not promising anything like that.
And then for those who did register on time for district conference.
Ooh.
And the best part is the back. Because we have caricatures of all of our district governors on the back of the shirt. So
That's awesome.
pretty cool.
Thanks for sharing. So I think the first concert we're planning on being at is going to be in May sometime, right? You said June. So we still have some time, but make sure you're keeping that on, and we'll announce in plenty of time for you to get those on your calendars as well. So appreciate all the help there. We have our dictionary and thesauri and constitutions. We received those in last week. Tony was able to get those here, so they're in the cage. If we're able to, and enough people are able to stick around after the meeting today, we have, did you get the labels, Mary Jane? You did. So we have the labels and the books. If we can get enough people, we weren't sure if we were going to have it by this meeting, otherwise we would have announced it, but we would love to get those labeled so we can get those to the schools to be distributed. Batavia we are going to be able to go in person to Batavia, correct, Michael, to distribute those to the different classrooms. C&E, we're just going to label and kind of drop off, and they're going to distribute. But Batavia, we're going to be doing in May, correct?
city wants to do in May and CNE just kind of
Sure.
what kind of dates you drop them off.
Okay, perfect. So we would like to get those labeled sooner than later. So we'll see how many people can. I did a late reminder yesterday to come in person to stay after, but if we need to push it back till next meeting so we can have a larger crowd in person, that would be acceptable as well. So up next, quick update on our Rotary four-way test, speech contest. So in the past, we've had students come in, they've done their presentation here in person, and we've judged, and then send one winner up to the district conference or the district competition. This year, they're doing the district competition virtually, so no in person for that. We are, I think, still in, Mike Chapman, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're still waiting to hear from CNE if they're going to be able to participate or not, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
We've extended, we've informed CNE and Batavia of, sort of the logistics and the setup of the program this year. And we extended an invitation to open that up to any students who might want to participate or might be able to participate. And we're sort of waiting to see if they can pull it together. They seem a little more motivated if they can come into the club and have a contest at a local level, but the people at CNE especially are very supportive and of this program, and they see the value in it. So I know that they're working very hard to try to put it together, but it's been a challenging year.
Yeah, it sure has. And we totally understand. I think there was some unsure deadlines and everything. So hopefully they can get someone in and we can send someone in. We did go ahead and tell the district that we were going to have, that we're going to hopefully have at least one participant from the Batavia Club, but we'll see if we're able to do that. Hopefully they can submit that. We will send that out to the club, the video of the speech that we're entering, and if we are able to get someone to participate. So,
but if they can't put it together this year, they did assure us that they'd be back in full force next year.
Yes, absolutely. And hopefully next year, everything's going to be back to normal and we get to see the students in person. So. All right. With that, I think I'm going to save one or two things for after Amanda. It's time. So Amanda Carleski is our presenter today with Caution for Kids. So please welcome her up. Here, come on up here.
Okay. All right. Good morning, fellow Rotarians. Can you hear me? I don't know. I don't have to lead up. Okay. Hi, my name is Amanda Carleski. I am the founder and board president of a brand new nonprofit organization here in Claremont County. It's called Caution for Kids. So today I have a slide deck presentation for you to kind of introduce you guys to our organization and ways that you guys can help us get off the ground. So. Okay, so yeah, so this is our organization's called Caution for Kids. Next slide. All right, so today we're going to discuss about basically who we are, our vision, mission, and goals, safety towns. You're going to learn a lot about those, other safety programs which we will be implementing, how you can help, and then any other questions. Next slide. All right, so Caution for Kids is a brand new nonprofit organization located here in Claremont County. Our main mission is to create a traveling safety town for all families in Claremont County, as well as provide health and safety resources to families through outreach, training, and events. If anything has been learned through the COVID pandemic, it's that safety is truly essential. We are looking forward to being the premier safety organization for all families here in Claremont County. So this organization was developed in July. So I kind of think found it like I was pregnant with the organization, and then we finally gave birth officially a month ago, on March 18th, we officially submitted our paperwork for our 501c3 status. So we're very excited, so stay tuned. There's more to come. So we're very excited about, again, being the premier safety organization for Claremont County for children. Next slide. All right, so again, our mission is to create a traveling safety town program for Claremont County, as well as provide health and safety support and resources to families through outreach, training, and events. Our vision is to ensure that every child and family in Claremont County has the resources in their community to keep themselves safe. And then our goal, our primary goal, is to create a permanent child-sized interactive safety village for Claremont County, as well as provide safety resources through community outreach, trainings, and events. Next slide. Okay, so since forming, we have an amazing founding board of directors. You will see them here. We've added one more as of yesterday, Ms. Sheila Hinton, but also many of our members are active and very involved in our community. And we have a great, board of directors, and we're looking forward to, again, serving our community. Next slide. All right, so since forming, we have developed some amazing community partnerships already. Some of these are including Park National Bank, Junk King, the Safety Net Alliance, and Girl Scouts of Western Ohio. Junk King, they have a nonprofit, they have a room like where they put all of the nonprofit logos. I think it's called the Nonprofit Showcase. We are featured in there, so that's very exciting. And with the Girl Scouts of Western Ohio, we are going to be creating our first program with the Girl Scouts of Western Ohio. It's probably going to be at Batavia High School, but we're going to be providing a safety, the safety badge for all the girls. And it's going to be kind of an outreach event. Girls will be able to earn a Caution for Kids fun patch, kind of looks like this. So we're very excited about that as well. Next slide. All right, so you're probably wondering, because there aren't really any around here, what exactly is a safety town? So everyone I've talked to, for the most part, has no idea what a safety town even is. Okay, so the safety town model was founded by police officer Fred Bowles in 1937 in Mansfield. And then it was expanded and updated by Dorothy Schladd in 1964 as a comprehensive education program. So safety towns are basically replica towns created to educate children about safety issues in their communities. There are approximately 35,000 safety towns around the United States. Here in our area, they're mostly in the Cleveland and Columbus area. I'm from Cleveland personally, and the way that Cleveland is basically laid out, like there's a city, like there's Berea, Brook Park, Parma, North Royalton. Well, in every one of these cities, like they have like mayors, and it's run differently than here in Cincinnati, but in every one of those cities, there is a safety town. The complexity of the safety town, again, varies by town, by city. Some of them are run at rec centers. One of the bigger ones that I'm in love with, that I would love to have modeled, is in Strongsville. They have their safety town. It's a permanent safety town, and it's attached to their recreation center. So they have their rec centers in Cleveland as well. So that kind of makes it where, in Cleveland at least, that's where a lot of these safety towns are run, through the recreation departments, through the cities. Again, we don't really have that presence. Like, we were kind of run by counties, and then there's like townships and whatnot. So we're gonna run it. Our vision is to have our own freestanding safety town here in Claremont County. We're gonna have a traveling one, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. But yeah, our vision is to have our own freestanding safety town here in Claremont County. Again, safety is essential, and we want to ensure that there are programs in our community which share that promise. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you what a safety town looks like, because I don't feel like I explained it well enough, and YouTube does a great job at it. So this is a traveling safety town in one community. So I want to show you what actually happens in a safety town program. Hopefully it will show it. Maybe not. Okay, well, I guess I could try to explain it. Okay, so you can see from the green picture that this is in a gymnasium. There's like a little safety park, and then we have volunteers and children. It's basically run like a summer camp program for children, week long over the summer. It is usually designed for rising kindergartners. So we have a program and teach children everything from gun safety, water safety, like any safety, animal safety, pedestrian safety, traffic safety, gun safety, anything that you could teach children is basically what safety towns are designed to meet for children. So this is the Safety Town program. You can go out to YouTube and you can look up Safety Town. There's lots of videos on it, but yeah, I wanted to show you in action, but unfortunately technical difficulties. So, all right, next slide. Again, I'll explain this one. All right, so then our long-term and strategic goal, this is a video featuring a freestanding permanent safety town community. I believe in this video, it does feature a safety alive house. So there are like in these permanent safety towns, they have like basically buildings, like they're like, it could be any size. And then, yeah. So this safety town, like, yeah, it has like a safety town fire alive house. So like children can go into like a house and it stimulates fire safety. So like what happens if there's a fire in your house? What do you do? So, I mean, they have like the smoke and then like usually a police officer will guide that lesson and they'll be able to be hands-on and they will learn firsthand through doing because that's how children learn best. They learn best through doing. So this is how they will gain these essential safety skills in order to learn the fundamentals and, you know, to keep safe in their communities. Yes. Yeah, you could do that. Okay.
Brandon, can you send that to me in the chat instead?
Yeah. Can I do through your email?
That'll work.
All right. So you might want to talk about something else.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm trying to think on the fly. Yes. Yeah.
My grandchildren live in Cleveland,
Yes.
and they have participated in safety.
Yes.
And the one time they came to our house, the little one came in and he was like, "I'm going to know what the fire escape."
Yeah. Yeah, it does make an impact. Yeah, the children, like what they learn through, I mean, it's everlasting. Like, and having this program in Claremont County is going to create a legacy. Like, we're going to build something, and it's going to be a lot of the safety town programs that are already in place. And a lot of these cities and towns have been around for like decades. Like they've just always been there. And like when I came to Claremont County, we moved here about 3 years ago. And I didn't realize until I went to Cleveland last summer for my birthday, like, wait a minute, there are no safety towns in our city. Like, how is that possible? So it was just kind of like one of those things, like staring me straight in the face. Like God was like, hey, look. So yeah, so this is a safety town. This is one of the permanent safety towns. This is going to be one of our strategic goals to kind of plan because there's a lot of capital, obviously, and we're, 1-month-old organization. But this is a permanent safety town. So Long Island safety town. So we want to take a look at that and just kind of see what safety towns, get a sense of what they are. Yeah, this is like my main goal for Caution for Kids. And Columbus has a couple of these like large safety towns. I want to say New Albany is one of them. And then there's another, I don't want to say Upper Arlington, something like that, like one of those bigger cities in Columbus.
Right shoulder, left. You are out there on your bike.
So yeah, they teach bike safety, fire safety, traffic safety, basically any other like fundamental thing that you want your children to know. Like my children, when we go to the park for soccer practice and my son decides he wants to run in the parking lot, like in the traffic, like, no, don't do that. Like just basic fundamental things that your children should know. We're going to, it's going to be our mission to ensure that they have these essential safety skills to get them through life, especially because Claremont County also doesn't have sidewalks. Street safety is also very important as well. So, but yeah, that's basically what a big freestanding safety town program is. Again, that's our long-term strategic goal 5 years from now. But if you could go back to the PowerPoint, I could tell you what our plan is going to be for now. So. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so obviously with COVID, everything has been slowed down. It's fine, it is what it is. But we are hoping to have our Safety Town program up and running by next summer. Our goal is to have a traveling safety town again. We're gonna travel over a month long, maybe probably in June, I'm guessing. We're tentatively looking at Bethel local schools, Batavia, Goshen, and West Claremont as our areas where we will be setting up our local safety town programs. Again, probably through June, July of next year. We're probably gonna have 2 program times for families. Probably one in the morning and then one in the later afternoon, evening for parents who work. We might try to make it a little later just to kind of accommodate working families, because I know as a working parent myself, there is one safety town program in Milford, but they only do mornings and it's $95. So we're gonna try to accommodate all families. We're hoping to have at least 50 children enrolled in each program session, with 10 children to a group. We're going to be really looking for community involvement. This is where we're going to love to have the Rotary involved. We're going to need volunteers to pull this off. So we're going to be hopefully having 2 volunteers per group. I'll probably recruit from the high schoolers to work with the littles. But then we'll also have kind of like a vacation Bible school setup, like where we'll have stations. So we'll probably need 2 to 4 volunteers per station, and then they can all just rotate around. So they'll probably rotate between 5 areas each day. Again, this is just our kind of our initial plan. But our impact, we're looking to impact by our program next year, have at least 400 children in our program. And then volunteers needed to run their program will be approximately 160 or 20 each week. And then approximate funding needed to run the program is approximately about $40,000. This is between the equipment that we're going to need to purchase, build, supplies, insurance, storage for all of our safety towns stuff, background checks and whatnot. So that's kind of where we are in terms of our monetary goal. All right, next slide, please. All right, so one of our first fundraisers, we're very excited about this. Again, Claremont County doesn't have any touch-a-trucks. Are you guys familiar with touch-a-truck? Like touch-a-truck events? Okay, so touch-a-truck events are my favorite. So our first fundraising event is gonna be a touch-a-truck event for families. So basically, community helpers come out with their trucks, and families come, like this cute little boy here in his little fire hat, and they get to go into the vehicles and they get to like see what it's like, you know, to see a community helper and be in that vehicle. So we are hoping that this event will be taking place in the early fall of this year. We're hoping that I've talked to TQL, so we're in talks with TQL potentially hosting the event, which would be amazing because, trucks, TQL, it makes sense. So we're hoping for that to be in August or September. Obviously, won't be during like the Rotary golf outing. Obviously, we won't hosted that. But yeah, so we would love your help in planning our Touch a Truck fundraiser. Again, this is probably going to be our biggest fundraiser, and it's going to be our annual fundraiser because it's fun. Everybody loves, like, kids love trucks, and it's family oriented, and we're going to have other community organizations out as well. And then we're going to try to have food trucks because food trucks are also fun. But yeah, we are currently in the process of actively planning that Touch a Truck fundraiser, where I'm hoping that a lot of our funds will go towards purchasing the supplies needed for our safety town. All right, next slide. All right, another event. This is again probably gonna be a 2022 event at this point. We're gonna have a safety 5K. Yeah, it's not gonna happen in 2022. It might probably be next spring. If we'll probably still try the virtual and in-person race options. Again, we'll have hoping more for the virtual because money and sponsorships and all that fun stuff. But that is another fundraiser that we will be having for Caution for Kids. Next slide, please. All right, so in addition to our Safety Town program and our partnerships, we're also going to be out and about in the community because obviously, we care about, the children and families in Claremont County. So our outreach is going to include child first aid, CPR trainings, babysitting certifications, as well as health and safety trainings for early childhood providers. We're also going to offer car seat safety tracks and installer trainings through the National Child Passenger Safety Certification. So while at community events, we're also going to be offering free child IDs through Easy Child ID to promote safety within our community. So when we're out, we want to make sure that we're visible to the community. And then, like, when you say Caution for Kids, you're like, oh yeah, like they're, our local child safety organization here in Claremont County. Like we want people to know who we are, and we want to be visible within our community. Next slide. All right, so another fun event that we're going to be hosting for our Safety Town program, we're going to have a Safety Town Playhouse Build-a-thon. So this is going to be another great event that we're going to get local organizations in our community to get involved, and they are going to create a playhouse for the Safety Town. So we're looking for approximately 10 businesses that will want to sponsor and build a playhouse from start to finish. As you can see, Habitat for Humanity apparently does this often. I thought it was a new and ingenious idea, and then I Googled and was like, okay then. So yeah, Caution for Kids is gonna do this, and basically your organization create your legacy for the Safety Town program and have a playhouse that will be visible to all families who attend our Safety Town program. You'll be able to build it from start to finish. Your organization's name will be on this playhouse. We'll have some kind of marking, or we'll get like your logo on there. So we're looking for someone who can help us with that, because I am not a carpenter and neither is my husband. So I have the vision, I just need some help with this. But we are hoping that this will be done probably in the fall, obviously before the summer. But this will probably be like a weekend event, or maybe during the week, depending. But you're going to create the playhouse from start to finish. And then once you guys have created, your organization has created your Safety Town or your playhouse, we're going to have an official commissioning ceremony for your playhouse. Each sponsor will receive an official certificate, and all volunteers will receive event t-shirts, lunch, as well as a catered dinner to thank you for your efforts. Right now, I said the cost is $1,000. Apparently, lumber is really expensive, so I don't actually know how much that's going to cost with lumber being as expensive as it apparently is. So cost is right now to be determined until we find someone who could actually help us make this project dream a reality. So there's that. Next slide. All right, so sponsorship opportunities. We will have sponsorship opportunities for our Touch a Truck event. Obviously, this is going to be community-led, community, the community hopefully will help lift up and make this Safety Town program and Precaution for Kids a reality. These are some of the sponsorship opportunities. As you can see, if you are interested, I can get some information out to you. So yeah, so those are some sponsorship opportunities. Next slide. All right, so then how can you help? Well, location for first annual Touch a Truck, we think that's to be determined. We might have that again with TQL. If that falls through, we would love for some ideas for where we could potentially host that. Additionally, we'll also be looking for volunteers to help at that event because we are a small board of directors currently, so we will need some volunteers for that. You can sponsor a playhouse or our program supplies for our Touch a Truck program. You can donate at cautionforkids.org. Please keep in mind that we are pending our 501c3. So once we are officially designated, it'll be tax deductible at that time. You can serve on our board of directors. I would love the help. I want everyone to be excited about this initiative and get involved so we can make this a reality. You can volunteer at one of our events, again, to be determined, and then you can spread the word about Caution for Kids. Because a lot of people are like, what is Caution for Kids? Now you know, so now you can spread the love and share that with your network. So last slide. All right, so let's be friends. I'm kind of shy, but I'm really friendly. Our website is cautionforkids.org. We're also involved on all social media, although it's not updated regularly because I work a full-time job as well. But I'll be hoping to do more of that. But we do have social media presence as well. So does anybody have any questions? That's all I have.
Amanda, when you when you initially talked to me about this and everything, I went on and I would encourage everybody to go on and kind of do research on the safety towns. They're really pretty amazing, especially the non-mobile ones. I feel like the ones that are stationary. So at maybe Sycamore Park, there would be an area where just all the permanent buildings and everything, roadways, stoplights, everything like that. It's a pretty impressive.
Yeah, and we need Claremont County to have this. It's essential. So yeah, that's all I have. I also have brochures and business cards too, so you guys can. Yes.
Hey, this is Mac. I have a comment. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
The Rotary Club I belong to up in Illinois actually started a safety town. It's got to be quite a few years now because I've been here for at least 15 years. But I was just curious, so I just Googled it, and it's no longer the Rotary Safety Town. It's been taken over by the Park District and the Police Department as a joint venture, and it looks like it's going strong. Boy, they even have summer camps. The week-long one is $110, I think. Amanda, you mentioned $95 for a program. So it seems to be just really a great thing. It's caught on. It's still running after all these years, so it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I want this to be kind of be a legacy in Claremont County. I want us to kind of, when people come to Claremont County, I want them to, know that we care about their children and, we're, care about their safety and, we're proactively, trying to meet that need. So. Oh, no, we're not going to charge. No, we're going to probably charge around $30. And then if people aren't able to pay, obviously, we're going to. Yeah, we'll definitely offer scholarships. Yeah. So, yeah. So,
I have just something just to pass along. Have you spoken with, well, I'm part of a group that does community play dates for our community, for Claremont County. And I'll get with you and pass along your information so that we can maybe have you at least get your word out at those community play dates. We just have a meeting next week to get back to doing those. Since we didn't do them last year. So I'll be in touch with you.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Time for one more.
This is Mike. Just wanted to thank you for the presentation. That was great. And one little simple question, you mentioned summer camps. Would you be able to have this at different summer camps to take it around to the different summer camps?
Well, I mean, we're probably going to be at a location, so summer camps will probably come to us, kind of thing, instead of us coming to them. But yeah, so we could probably open, if there is interest, we can open up more slots for programs if they're interested in attending. So
thank you.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. And before you go, hold on. I know you're a member now, but thank you so much for presenting for us this morning.
Well, it looks like we have another project to consider, doesn't it? Another activity in which we can become involved.
Yes,
we will, and let me know what I can do.
Absolutely. We're going to count on you to be the master carpenter for the projects, Peter.
Well, I've done that kind of thing before, and if I can't do it, my son can.
Perfect.
I think we need to challenge the other Rotary clubs to get involved too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think definitely connecting with East Side and Berg as well. So we have no birthdays this week. Mike Chapman on the 26th. You are celebrating 10 years as a Rotarian. Congratulations.
Maybe.
I feel like that's a big milestone. So we appreciate everything you do, taking on four-way chess and everything. Happy Bucks. We'll go ahead and finish off with Happy Bucks before closing. I'll go ahead and start. I'm sure I've beat it into you all. My daughter's almost 6 months old at this point, and she has finally met all of her, all of my family and all of my wife's family. My brother-in-law was in town this past week, and he did absolutely amazing. It's funny, he doesn't want kids, but he is the best that I've ever seen with kids. So we appreciate having him. And then I'm also getting my second COVID shot on Thursday, which I'm over the moon about, and hopefully get back to normal. So who else is happy?
Okay, this is Vic here.
Vic.
I'm very, very happy. I'm putting in $5 into PayPal there for our club. I'd like to state that we're having the Farmers to Families again this Thursday for Rotarians. Come at 3 o'clock. It's going to still run through the month of April. So we have 2 more Thursday afternoons. So I'd like to invite you to come and come at 3 o'clock. It really goes fast.
Awesome. Thank you.
So if you're gonna be having us, stand at the mic and speak into the mic, and we can just collect the money there. I'll turn the camera down.
Perfect. Thank you. And then we'll go ahead and finish with anyone virtual for Happy Bucks first.
This is Mike once again, and Vic mentioned the Farmers to Families, and some of you know I'm on assignment in North Dakota, but interestingly, they have the Farmers to Families here, and it's sponsored by the Rotary Club along with the YMCA. So I was able to participate in that. So really good program, really good program.
Anybody else online? Happy Bucks.
Yes, indeed. The program looks like a good one. On a personal note, we have our daughter visiting from California this week, and she's doing very well. And so we should help.
Excellent. All right, we'll move to Mary Jane to get the invitation.
I have money for Marilyn and John. Thank you so much. We're thrilled to have you coming to our club. This is for my cabinets. I'm going to have an actual kitchens, and I haven't had one since March the 15th. This is for Barb Bruner. I thought you died. I hadn't seen you in so long. Thank God you're here. Wow. This is for my second COVID shot, and it comes along with hives. So yes, but that's okay. I'm not going to get, oh, I have 38 days left until I retire. 1 month, 9 days, 35 seconds.
I'm putting in a little bit extra, and Mary Jane, if I die, I'll be sure and call you.
I don't know where to start. I just have been blessed with grandkids that are amazing and doing so much, and they still like to spend a lot of time with grandma. So I love that, and I just love being part of a group that gives back to the community. Rotary is excellent. Love it, and I'm just happy.
This is John. I want to thank everybody for letting Mary Lynn and I come to the meeting today. We appreciate the opportunity to be of service. I'm glad Barb's still alive. Mary Jane, congratulations on 39 days and in the new kitchen. And thank you, everybody, for the opportunity to be of service.
Well, I am fully vaccinated since March. I did the J&J, so no side effects at all whatsoever. Just some updates. Well, first and foremost, you guys heard the presentation from my youngest daughter, Sophia. Well, she successfully defended her dissertation, so she is now Dr. Sophie Enriquez. And she, as I mentioned, she did accept and was offered the position as an assistant professor at Duke University. So she will start in July. And so that's $5 for that. Also, and this is $5 for two things. An update on the student of the month. Our first student of the month this year in the new COVID environment, Sarah Erickson from Batavia was here. Well, Sarah was accepted at Harvard University, and it's my understanding she's probably going to attend. So congratulations to Sarah. She's also going to have a little bit of impact of some changes in the College Credit Plus program with the state legislature. So she met with Adam Berg recently because of some little tweaks in the program. It does sometimes some of those advanced students not help them as well in terms of the how their ranking occurs. So there'll be more to come to that. So she's an influencer as well. And then finally, for the dictionaries and SARS, thanks to Tony for all of that and the coordination. So we're able to get that done this year. Thank you.
Kudos on the Rotary shirt, man. Just look at your shirt.
Of course, a happy buck for Amanda for a great presentation. And I just like to recognize Aaron Nicolette and Jennifer for the book program. Aaron, on the spur of the moment, came up with a nice grant offer that I'm sure Mac is going to get ramrodded through for the club. And but I think the book program's in really good hands, and we would appreciate your help on that, Aaron. So thank you very much. All right.
She's just leaving. She's just leaving.
All right. All right. Well, I think that's everything, and we are right at 8:30. So we'll go ahead. Our next meeting is in 2 weeks, 7:30 on May 4th. So we will have Student of the Month again, and looking forward to that as always. And if I don't think we're going to have enough people to get all of the dictionaries and thesauri labeled today, so look for more information on that. If All right, Mary Jane's going to do them all herself. No, but look for more information. If you guys can right now plan on coming, if you're comfortable in person next on the 4th, we can have a labeling party if we don't get everything, but I'll send out an email on that soon. So let's finish off with the 4-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do.
First,
Is
is
it the truth? Second,
Second,
fair to
of
all.
all concerned.
Third, will build
goodwill
goodwill
and better
friendship.
friendships.
Fourth, will be
will
beneficial to all.
concerned.